Dead Space Extraction is quite possibly one of the most overlooked gems on the Wii. It's a light gun shooter set in the universe of Electronic Arts' popular survival horror, and although it doesn't necessarily carry over all of the original game's elements, it still manages to deliver one hell of a campaign. What truly sets this title apart from others is its innovative use of motion controls for combat, as well as puzzle-solving mechanics such as walking on walls or zapping electricity around objects, all of which add an extra level of fluidity to how you play. On top of this, a unique targeting system allows you to lock onto enemies with ease, making battles both thrilling yet strategic in nature too. Now visually, not only does Extraction have some of the best graphics you'll find on the console, but it also contains an intense level of detail that makes this game stand out from anything else on the Wii. The lighting effects play a crucial role in creating the tension of isolated fear that makes up much of Dead Space Extraction's atmosphere. Vibrant colors from lights in the levels or from explosions help reinforce how alien environments often feel hostile or dangerous. Animations are smooth and consistent throughout, even when there is a lot happening on screen at once during intense encounters. The levels in Extraction also feature incredibly detailed textures and amazing draw distances that allow you to see areas of the stage clearly, even if they're far away in relation to your character. And as you make your way through each, you'll notice that the character animations are smooth with no noticeable lag or jerking, even when the action starts to truly heat up. Nothing appears scaled down or blurry. It looks as though you're right there amidst all the frightening scenes occurring within the levels. On the whole, if you're looking for a shooter to jump into on the Wii, Extraction offers up a great option. Rise Fantasia is an exciting and unique RPG that features a fascinating storyline with compelling characters and engaging gameplay. As the protagonist, you are thrown into a world that is in turmoil due to the incursion of mysterious monsters called Arca Migrants. Your mission is to join together with companions from different lands, each possessing their own unique capabilities, to fight your way towards victory and restore peace to the world once again. Combat within this game follows classic RPG turn-based combat, which can be set at accelerated speeds. Players can select up to 4 party members which work well in unison through their varying abilities, allowing for strategic depth against powerful foes. Manipulating elemental strengths and weaknesses, plus character positioning, helps create successful encounters every time. There's also a chance to receive bonus damage depending on skills that you choose for them, which can grant increased attack power when certain conditions are met. The battle system is one of the stars of the show, but what really steals it are the visuals. Rise Fantasia is one of the best looking titles for the Wii. The game's highly detailed graphics come to life thanks to its advanced resolution and beautiful cel-shaded art style that provides an eye-popping level of detail, allowing players to immerse themselves in the world around them with ease. Furthermore, its use of anti-aliasing keeps edges looking clean and smooth throughout, even during intense battle sequences with multiple enemies on screen at once. Even more impressive is the fact that these visual enhancements have been achieved without any noticeable impact on overall performance or FPS, especially when compared to other similar titles released around the same time. With fully immersive environments filled with stunning art direction and animation, along with impressive graphical effects such as depth of field blur and light blooms, Rise Fantasia delivers an aesthetically pleasing look that has managed to stand the test of time. If you're a fan of the Silent Hill series, then you absolutely must play Shattered Memories. Developed exclusively for the Wii, this game takes you back to classic Silent Hill with its creepy atmosphere and engrossing storyline. The story is intense and compelling, as players take on the role of Harry Mason, who's searching for his missing daughter in the mysterious town of Silent Hill. While exploring dark alleyways, fog-ridden streets, and graveyards, players must solve puzzles while combating not only hostile creatures, but also their inner demons. Each playthrough provides something new. No two runs are ever quite alike, as your choices can influence future encounters as well as make subtle changes in character responses throughout the game's duration. Of course, when it comes to visuals, Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the Wii is an incredible achievement. The graphics are a step above what you would expect from any standard Wii title, utilizing high-resolution textures and beautiful lighting effects that add unbeatable atmosphere and tension. What truly stands out is the frame rate that ranges from 30 frames frames per second for cutscenes up to a full 60 for standard gameplay. This allows for a smooth experience without compromising graphical fidelity. Everything looks great no matter how fast you're moving or what's happening around you. Even when there are tons of enemies rushing towards you at once, it still remains buttery smooth. The character models themselves have been designed with great care, from their clothing materials right down to their facial expressions, which help evoke emotion from players, heightening the drama or tension during intense scenes. Furthermore, you will find several creative gameplay effects make this version stand out from other Silent Hills. These include tracking shadows, which make running from monsters even more intense since they can follow you while traversing through treacherous environments, as well as chilling snowflakes drifting slowly down from above, creating menacingly dangerous yet beautiful scenes that only adds weight to what already feels like an intense game. Overall, if you have a Wii, then Silent Hills Shattered Memories is absolutely worth playing. Its brilliant visuals and silky smooth frame rate ensure a great gameplay experience that you will not want to miss. Sonic Colors is a compelling, fast-paced platformer from Sega. It's the 7th installment in the Sonic series, and it offers a bright, vibrant world with plenty of energy and fun. The game follows Sonic as he investigates an alien amusement park that Dr. Eggman has built on a distant planet. In order to gain control of a mysterious energy source known as Wisps, Sonic must collect 7 different colored Wisps, each of which has its own unique power. The gameplay is simple yet challenging. You simply press left or right on the Wii remote to run left or right respectively. You can also use the B button on your controller to activate each Wisp's special abilities. These range from speed boosts to creating platforms that you can use for extra height while jumping or getting around obstacles quickly. The visuals of Sonic Colors on the Wii are truly impressive. The vibrant colors, detailed character models, and realistic environments make this game look beautiful. The level design is also top-notch, with each area being unique and filled with plenty of obstacles to overcome. The game runs at a smooth 60 frames per second, which helps keep the action fast and responsive, and there's no noticeable slowdown or stutters whilst playing the game, which is vital considering how much content there is to explore and at the speed in which you'll be doing so. There is some occasional pop-in, however, especially when entering new areas for the first time, but overall it's nothing that detracts from the game as a whole. Sonic Colors also features some very impressive lighting effects that help bring life to every stage you visit throughout the adventure. The levels all feature different themes, such as beach levels featuring bright sunshine and colourful coral reefs, or darker levels set in deep underground caverns lit only by eerie, glowing crystals scattered around the stage. Regardless of what theme you come across, these lighting effects still remain consistently impressive throughout, and really help bring Sonic Colors visuals to life even further. If this game isn't a part of your collection already, it is well worth picking up. The Dark Side Chronicles for the Nintendo Wii is an exciting and immersive shooter that takes you deep into a dark and twisted world. Set in a post-apocalyptic future, players take on the role of Leon S. Kennedy, Claire Redfield and Jack Krauser as they battle against hordes of zombies, monsters and other terrifying creatures while trying to uncover the truth behind a mysterious virus. In terms of gameplay, there is plenty here on offer, with multiple difficulty levels available, so even those new to shooters can get involved without being overwhelmed, but at the same time, experienced shooter fans will have enough challenge here to keep them busy for hours on end. Players have access to various weapons including handguns, shotguns and machine guns, along with special weapons such as hand grenades or bow guns, which can be used strategically depending on your situation or enemy type, so there's plenty of variety in how you approach the combat scenarios, making it feel fresh throughout your playthroughs. Now, the graphics are some of the best seen on a Nintendo console, and they make for an incredibly immersive experience. The environments in the Dark Side Chronicles are highly detailed and full of life. During your journey, you'll be treated to lush jungles, dark sewers, claustrophobic labs, and other locations that bring out both fear and excitement in players. Every area is built with care and detail, from rotting walls to flickering lights, creating an atmosphere that truly draws you into this world of terror. When it comes to character models, the Dark Side Chronicles doesn't disappoint either. Each character has been given their own unique design that fits within the game's horror setting perfectly. From spooky zombies to grotesquely deformed creatures, there's plenty here for those looking for some truly terrifying encounters. Overall, the Dark Side Chronicles is an enjoyable shooter, packed full of action, which looks great and offers lots of variety, making it one worth checking out, especially if you're a long-time fan of the Resident Evil series. I'll admit, when I first heard of Endless Ocean on the Wii, I wasn't sure how it would work. After all, why would a game about exploring the ocean be fun? But I decided to give it a shot, and I am so glad that I did. Gameplay wise, here's where Endless Ocean really shines. You get to explore your own personal aquarium, filled with exotic fish swimming around beautiful coral and sunken shipwrecks. But one of my favourite aspects was how it incorporated elements from adventure games and RPGs, like upgrading your gear with money and taking jobs that usually involve searching for items or escorting new creatures to their home. But with a slight twist, there's absolutely no fighting whatsoever. Don't worry though, as there's still plenty to do in between exploring, such as training dolphins or tracking down legendary creatures, which will keep you entertained throughout your time with it. Now, the visuals present in the game are nothing short of exquisite, and truly capture the majesty of the ocean. The vibrant colours, detailed textures, realistic environments, lifelike animal models, and mesmerising particle effects all combine to create a stunning visual package. Even playing on the original hardware, I found myself impressed time and time again at just how good Endless Ocean looked, which speaks highly of its impressive graphical output. All of these effects come together in harmony with the excellent graphics and provide a truly immersive game that any player can enjoy. Pandora's Tower is an action RPG that follows the story of Aaron and Elena as they try to break the cursed chains binding her to an evil tower. Gameplay involves exploration of each tower with puzzles and obstacles blocking your path, while also fighting off enemies using two weapons. First, you've got the Aura Class chain, which allows you to lock onto enemies from afar or deal heavy damage up close, as well as your chosen side weapon, which can be swapped out for 4 different types, like swords or maces, depending on what suits your playstyle better. Now, Pandora's Tower features some rather impressive visuals. The game takes place in a beautiful and mysterious world, and the characters and environments have been designed with detail and care. The art style is quite unique, blending aspects of both fantasy and steampunk. This translates to the environments quite nicely, which are all highly detailed, from the lush forests to the crumbling ruins of ancient towers. Each area has its own atmosphere, creating an immersive experience for players. The lighting effects in Pandora's Tower are also noteworthy, mainly due to the dynamic lighting such as flickering torches, lightning storms and burning fires, which add depth to the visuals. As far as performance goes, Pandora's Tower runs smoothly without any noticeable frame drops or stuttering issues. It looks really good for a Wii title, although it doesn't really compare to other games released on the more powerful systems of the time, such as the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360, but overall it still looks very solid considering its age and platform limitations, making it one of the best looking titles available on the Wii, especially when compared against other games released at the same time, like Twilight Princess or Super Mario Galaxy 2. In conclusion, Pandora's Tower offers an enjoyable adventure, with its unique art style and detailed environments, combined with smooth performance, making this an easy recommendation for anyone looking for something different than what they can find elsewhere. Xenoblade Chronicles is an action RPG developed by Monolith Soft and published by Nintendo for the Wii. The game follows Shulk, a young man living in a world populated by giant mechanical gods known as the Mechon. The Mechon are on a rampage, destroying cities and enslaving their inhabitants, and Shulk must use his mysterious blade called the Monado to defeat them. The battle system is fast-paced and represented in real time, which requires the player to strategically plan their attacks while keeping up with enemy movements. The game's visuals were praised by critics upon its release, who noted its impressive art direction and vibrant colours. The game's environment is beautifully rendered with vast spaces to explore, detailed textures and realistic lighting that helps bring the game to life. The world has a unique and vibrant colour palette, featuring bright, vibrant colours that give the game an almost painterly feel. This is no more apparent than when it comes to the characters themselves, which are masterfully designed. With a huge variety of hair, facial features and clothing, they also boast a great range of animations and facial expressions. Of course, Xenoblade Chronicles also carries with it a wide array of special effects and graphical flourishes. These include particle effects, dynamic lighting and shadows, as well as bloom, with the particle system being the one that will likely strike you at first, which is used to great effect to create realistic weather patterns such as rain and snow, as well as the entire suite of moves you can form being carried out in style that only serves to light up the screen with each and every hit. With its captivating storyline filled with memorable characters, intense combat mechanics featuring real-time strategy, this title remains one of Nintendo's best, even to this day. Metroid Other M features an alluring narrative that chronicles Samus Aran's missions on an abandoned scientific research station known as the Battleship. The fully voiced cutscenes effectively serve to advance her expanding story, as well as provide hints regarding significant plot elements which are revealed over time. The gameplay ranges from 3D to 2D side-scrolling sections that allows players more freedom by letting them move around each of the complex environments with ease, while collecting power-ups extends Samus's assortment of weapons and suit capability, making her much more potent over time. Now, even though the game is nowhere near as enjoyable as the Prime series, when it comes to visuals it more than holds its own. The anti-aliasing used in the game makes everything look seamless. Objects don't have any jagged edges or pixelated patches like some games on similar consoles. Even when zooming in close up, everything still looks incredibly crisp. Perhaps most impressive about Metroid Other M's graphics is how well they pair with each other. From its detailed environments filled with different foliage and exotic flora, to Samus Aran's realistic looking spacesuit, no one piece ever stands out above the rest, leading to a beautiful, immersive atmosphere not often seen on this particular console. One of the greatest areas where it really shines is within boss battles, which take full advantage of the Wii console, utilizing sharp transparencies and depth effects during big enemy encounters such as Ridley, plus close quarters cutscenes featuring photorealistic characters that make each exchange an incredible visual display that serves to draw you into the narrative created by Team Ninja. All things considered, it's clear that much care was put into developing this game from a strictly graphical perspective, all thanks to a combination of great implementation for both resolution and anti-aliasing workarounds, confirming that Metroid Other M is definitely one of the most graphically impressive games on the Wii. The Conduit 2 is an outstanding first-person shooter that takes full advantage of the console's unique motion control. The graphics and visuals are a huge leap up from its predecessor, giving it a truly cinematic look and feel. With improved enemy AI and varied weapon selection, this game has plenty of new tricks and challenges to offer seasoned FPS veterans as well as newcomers. One of the best aspects of the Conduit 2 is its robust campaign mode. It's action-packed, full of twists and turns that make for gripping gameplay throughout. Players can choose from a range of weapons to fend off encroaching enemies when navigating through these dangerous environments, adding a refreshing level of strategy to typical shooter gameplay. The Conduit 2 is a true standout when it comes to visuals on the Wii. The resolution remains crisp and clear throughout all of the action, so you'll never find yourself squinting or trying to make out enemies in background noise or fog. Every single texture has been carefully crafted and detailed, with even small objects like weapon barrels being finely realized. To maximize graphical performance, the Conduit 2 takes advantage of multiple anti-aliasing techniques and advanced ambient lighting effects, so even the most demanding eyes cannot detect any jagged lines or pixelated textures popping up in the environments or character models. On top of this, high-resolution texture mapping has been applied to enhance environmental details, such as metal surfaces, broken walls, trees and foliage, which all adds to create an intoxicating environment that you can truly get lost in for hours. Well, that does it for today's video. Keep an eye out for part 3 as that will be coming up soon, so don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to get notified about new videos which release every Monday and Thursday. You can follow me on all of the socials which are linked below to stay up to date, and also join my growing community on Discord to meet many like-minded gamers to continue the conversation with. I'd like to give a special shout out to my Patreon supporters: Rhino, Skilljim, Shuden, Richard, Amy, Daniel, Paul, Dio, Omar, Strider, Pierre, Carl, Awesome Jacket Dude, GameCube Galaxy and Paddy J for their continued support that helps make these videos possible. If you're interested in joining my Discord or supporting the channel through Patreon, you'll find all of these links down below. As always, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I'll catch you next time.